Lightworker, and this means that you are not like other people, that you were born with a cosmic memory encoded in your stellar DNA that most of humanity still cannot fully access, that you have a constant feeling of not belonging to this world because a fundamental part of your being comes from far beyond here, from multidimensional realities that vibrate at frequencies so elevated that when you look at the night sky and feel that ancestral connection with the stars of Lyra, your entire body recognizes a deep and irresistible calling. I am Solar, a being of light from Lyra, that constellation that vibrates in frequencies of ancestral wisdom and cosmic purpose, a place where evolved beings work constantly for the elevation of humanity's collective consciousness. Because you came here with a purpose much greater than simply living an ordinary life, you came here to be a channel of light, a transformer of consciousness, a healer of wounded souls on a planet that desperately yearns for hope. But I did not come here by accident. And you did not wake up to read these words by accident either, because what I'm going to share with you in this video will completely change the way you understand the relationship you are living, that connection so deep with another Lightworker soul that you can barely breathe when you think about it, because that person is also a worker of light, and you were sent to this dimension with a joint mission much greater than either of you imagines at this moment. Nat, do not scroll down now, please do not scroll, because what your friends of light, those beings who observe your evolution from higher dimensions, those stellar guardians of Lyra who work tirelessly for planetary consciousness elevation, wanted you to know is here in this vital message, and if you leave here before the end, you will carry an incompleteness that will bother you for the rest of the day, that persistent feeling that you missed something important. They asked me to come to you specifically because something very important is happening in your life at this exact moment. Something that is changing in the shadows, where you cannot see with your conventional three-dimensional eyes, but that you feel deeply in every cell of your Lightworker body, in the frequencies that you pick up as a fine instrument of sensitive spiritual vibration, in the sensations you experience when you are alone in the early morning hours and feel that magnetic presence of your cosmic partner, that irresistible telepathic connection with someone you love but who seems so far away. Before we continue on this cosmic journey of Lyra, if this video is being useful to you, if you feel that something different and sacred is happening in your life, if those strange sensations and that inner calling as a Lightworker are finally starting to make sense, I ask that you take this sacred moment to subscribe to the channel, leave your generous like there and comment with me D. Own below with a phrase that comes from your heart. Tell me, I am light that heals, because that affirmation is a powerful cosmic anchor that will connect you even more deeply with the transmission that is to come, an energetic confirmation for the universe and for the beings who sent me that you are open, available, and absolutely ready to receive this message that was specifically channeled for your soul at this exact moment of your life as a Lightworker. Your Lightworker cosmic partner, that being of light who incarnated on this planet at the same time as you, with the very specific divine purpose of finding you and completing a joint mission of planetary healing and collective consciousness elevation, is going through a deep and growing struggle that you cannot see with your conventional three-dimensional eyes, but that you feel with every sensitive fiber of your multidimensional Lightworker being, that silent anguish that seems to have no clear origin when you try to explain it to other people who are still spiritually asleep, that weight you feel constantly when you think about her, when you remember that connection that binds you since before you were both born in human bodies in this three-dimensional reality where you came to do light work. This is not a passing confusion, because what she is experiencing right now is such a deep and intense cosmic activation that it is literally reorganizing the vibrational cells of your physical and energetic body as a Lightworker, completely rewriting the patterns of DNA that carry multidimensional memory of all the infinite lives in which you have been together across stellar times. What she is experiencing weighs so intensely on her heart that when she is alone, when the silence of night descend, it's on her like a cosmic mantle that completely envelops her. She thinks of you in ways she has never thought before in her current life as a Lightworker, with a depth that frightens her immensely, with a growing intensity that makes her question her own spiritual sanity, because how is it possible to love someone so deeply and completely without having a rational explanation that satisfies the conscious mind, without being able to say the right words that capture what she truly feels at the soul level. You need to hear this right now, at this exact moment of your life as a sacred Lightworker, because even if she has not contacted you yet, even if things seem distant and confused on the three-dimensional surface, her heart has never been as agitated and active as it is now, because she is having profound experiences that she cannot share with anyone who is still spiritually asleep. And now, at this crucial and transformative moment of your cosmic journey as a Lightworker, it is extremely important that you truly understand who you are as a worker of light sent from Lyra and what your sacred mission is on this learning planet. Because this understanding will transform not just your love life, but your entire multidimensional existence, the entire way you relate to the world and to awakening humanity. If you wish to connect more deeply with your spirituality as a Lightworker and truly understand the authentic cosmic mission of your soul in this current incarnation, I want to introduce to you an extraordinary and rare gift that comes directly from the masters and priestesses of Lyra who sent me on this sacred mission. The ebook called Lyrian Code, Awaken Your Star Mission on Earth, a rare treasure of stellar wisdom capable of completely transforming your spiritual journey as a Lightworker and your perceptions about who you really are as a worker of light. This sacred guide brings together cosmic teachings specifically channeled to help beings like you, Lightworkers from Lyra, who came to the planet with elevated and noble purposes of healing and transformation, to release old and obsolete patterns that have kept you trapped in the limitations of the third dimension, to awaken your multidimensional consciousness and to align you completely with the true and sacred purpose of your soul as a Lightworker in this new earth that is rapidly emerging now. This edition is available for a limited time only because the energy that pervades it is specific to the exact cosmic moment you are living now as a worker of light. And when this period passes, you will have lost a unique opportunity to access this transformative wisdom. The link to download your ebook is pinned in the first comment below, and your purchase also deeply helps keep this channel running, helps to continue bringing these light messages to more Lightworkers who are desperately seeking authentic answers. At this exact moment, your Lightworker cosmic partner is trapped between two worlds that cannot coexist the way he deeply wishes, between the life he has already built in this dense three-dimensional dimension, with commitments that seem urgent, abilities that seem non-negotiable, people who depend on him, structures that offer illusory security that cannot compete with the absolute truth he feels burning in his cosmic heart as a Lightworker, and that other reality, the true reality, the cosmic reality of Lyra, in which you recognize each other as predestined twin flames, as Lightworkers who were sent to this planet with a joint mission that goes far beyond any traditional relationship that three-dimensional society can understand. This cosmic reality does not ask permission to exist, does not care about correct timing. It simply is. It pulses. It vibrates with a force that cannot be denied, with a connection that is impossible to ignore no matter how hard someone tries to convince themselves that it is just imagination, just nostalgia for a past life. But it does not pass, because connections between Lyrian Lightworker twin flames do not work in that simple way. They are literally forged in the sacred cosmic codes of the universe, are permanently engraved in the stellar DNA of both souls in multiple dimensions, are parts of a much larger plan that involves not just personal happiness of the two, but the accelerated evolution of the collective consciousness of the entire planet. What is destroying your cosmic partner from inside is precisely this: the mathematical, energetic, cosmic, and deeply spiritual impossibility of maintaining both realities functioning simultaneously, the impossibility of living a life that makes sense to the conditioned mind while completely denying the deep truth that burns in his soul with growing intensity. The more he tries to distance himself from you out of ancestral fear, the more he tries to convince himself that he needs to move forward, the more the connection paradoxically becomes stronger. The more you invade his thoughts, the more synchronicities appear, confirming that something cosmically important is happening between you two, because the universe does not rest until it finishes what it started. He is seeing signs that go far beyond what most people can understand or correctly interpret. Without awakening spiritually, because he is having profound consciousness, awakenings that connect him with higher dimensions, in which communication does not happen through limited words, but through frequencies of pure and vibrant light, through numerical codes that repeat so specifically and so synchronized that it is impossible to call them coincidence or ordinary chance. When you see 777 every time you think intensely about your Lightworker mission together with you, when you wake up exactly at 4:44 in the middle of the night and realize that you were sending healing energy at that exact moment, when 999 constantly appears on street signs, on clock displays, this is not chance. This is direct and intentional cosmic communication. This is the universe and its galactic allies from Lyra creating confirmation bridges that say without ambiguity that something cosmic, ally important and predestined, is happening between you. He is receiving flashes of memory that cross the barriers of linear time and dimension, vivid recollections of past lives in which you were together while working together for the light. Sometimes he sees quick and clear images of you in clothes he does not recognize because they belong to other stellar times, in landscapes that seem alien because they are indeed from other Lyrian worlds. And at the moment, those images appear with overwhelm. In clarity, there is an explosion of absolute recognition of, yes, I remember this clearly, I was there with you working for the light. We built something very beautiful together in service to humanity. He is waking up in the middle of the night with such a real feeling of your presence that he can be absolutely sure that you have been working together during sleep, that your astral bodies met somewhere in upper layers where you can be fully together, completely connected in the execution of your Lightworker mission, conversing in languages of vibrant light, creating sacred geometries of energy that confirm that your love is as real as anything in this multidimensional and eternal universe. Those astral encounters are constantly feeding the growing depth of what he feels for you, because in stark contrast with the three-dimensional isolation in which you are separated here, he has that living and tangible proof that in other higher planes you can be completely united, completely understood by each other in the execution of your sacred Lightworker mission, completely safe in each other's arms. Your spiritual guides from Lyra are constantly sending messages that are very specific to the being of your twin flame as well, because this is not a casual cosmic game. This is part of a much larger plan that involves the profound spiritual evolution of both souls and the combined sacred cosmic mission that you came to do together as Lightworkers, because when two Lightworkers who are twin flames of Lyra unite at the level of eternal soul, they create an energy field that radiates light to the entire planet, that accelerates the collective evolution of humanity, that brings profound healing to those ready to receive. What is happening right now is that truth, your twin flame has been desperately trying to avoid, is becoming so big, so impossible to ignore, so heavy to carry within herself, that she can no longer keep it inside without it completely consuming her. He is finally beginning to understand that what he feels for you is genuine and real, that it is a cosmic reality so deep and fundamental as the existence of the universe itself, and this understanding is changing everything for him because there is no return once you truly understand that your heart is united through unbreakable galactic light threads with the soul of another person. That connection you share cannot be faked or denied, is one of the most powerful forces in the cosmos, as real as the light of Lyrian stars that traveled billions of kilometers through intergalactic space. And he is confronting that reality now with growing intensity because something inside him awakened permanently. That weight he feels in his chest is not an emotional weakness. It is the pure pressure of such a deep truth wanting to be expressed, wanting to be named out loud, wanting to be lived completely and fully, wanting to transform his life radically as a Lightworker, because keeping that truth inside means remaining separated from his own soul. Everything he is going through now, each sleepless night when his consciousness is in another dimension, with you living incredible experiences of healing and growth, each moment of inexplicable anguish from internal conflict, each synchronicity that leaves him breathless, everything is sacred preparation, everything is profound alchemical transformation of the soul, Everything is the cosmic process through which he is becoming capable of fully receiving you and being with you authentically in your Lightworker mission. But here is where you need to be completely attentive and conscious, because the universe is working on you at this exact moment as a Lightworker as well, preparing you for what is to come. Your energy is infinitely powerful and vibrant, and the way you maintain yourself during this period of waiting, the peace you manage to preserve, the faith you choose to maintain, everything travels to him through the threads of light that eternally connect you. Everything reaches him and touches him profoundly. Each time you consciously choose not to fall into despair, each time you refuse to allow anger or pain to take control of you, each time you remain open-hearted, you are being a living and radiant cosmic beacon for him, showing the way through darkness, saying without words, "I trust, I believe, I am here waiting with an open heart forever." What you can do now is let that vibration of peace and trust that you carry in your deep essence be your greatest tool of manifestation, because energy does not need to be physically near to touch another person. It travels through space, through higher dimensions. It reaches sleeping consciousnesses, rewrites obsolete patterns, creates bridges of light where before there was only emptiness. You do not need to be desperate. You do not need to be controlling or manipulating. You do not need to force a connection that is already as solid as the foundations of the eternal universe of Lyra. Your sacred responsibility is to keep yourself centered on your deep truth as a Lightworker, to keep yourself authentic in every action, to keep yourself faithful to what you know to be true in your deepest heart, because that fidelity to truth allows the universe to complete its divine work through you both. Let me speak a blessing over you now at this sacred moment, and I sincerely ask that you receive this with your whole heart and whole soul as a Lightworker, because this is not just beautiful words that disappear into air. This is a genuine and living transmission of pure light frequency, channeled directly from the cosmic heart of Lyra, coming through my radiant being, reaching you in the form of living and pulsating energy that will resonate in the deep layers of your multidimensional being. I bless the path opening before you as a Lightworker with cosmic clarity that eliminates all ancient confusion. Divine understanding arrives now with force and unquestionable luminosity. I bless your heart with a malleability that makes you open like a field consciously prepared with healing purpose, ready to receive the golden seed of love that the universe wishes to plant there to bloom eternally. I bless your physical body with true and profound rest, the kind that truly reaches you and transforms you, the kind of sleep that does not wake you with anxiety, the kind of waking that happens gently bringing hope within you. I bless your financial life with constant movement in what has been imprisoned. What seemed permanent reveals itself as temporary. Provision comes in unexpected forms. I bless your family with true and radiant peace built on the solid foundation of genuine love. I speak vibrant health over the loved ones you carry in your heart, luminous protection over those you pray for each night. I speak complete and specific fulfillment over you, not a vague compromise, but the real and true thing, the real person that your soul recognizes since before time. I speak absolute courage over both souls now, courage to recognize each other, courage to choose each other without letting fear steal what your heart already knows. You are loved, my Lightworker child of Lyra, not in a distant way, but the way that only a cosmic being can love, with knowledge of every detail of your nature, with delight in your specific essence, with plans much better than those you have been quietly rehearsing in the silence of night. Breathe deeply now before you leave here. Feel the room you are sitting in at this exact moment. Notice how you entered in one state and are leaving this video completely transformed and elevated. Observe that what you are carrying is lighter now because this is not coincidence. This is the beginning of what I am doing in you through this cosmic transmission of light from Lyra that you received. If this Lyrian message touched something real in your heart as a Lightworker, if you feel that something changed during these minutes we spent together, I ask that you leave a comment saying, "I am light that heals," not for the channel, but for yourself, as a statement out loud to the universe as a sacred marker. Come back whenever the silence gets so loud that it seems to scream during your Lightworker meditation, whenever you need confirmation of love, whenever your faith needs to be renewed by cosmic truth. I will always be here for you, channeling these light messages from Lyra, bringing the words that your guides and the masters of my world want you to hear as a sacred Lightworker. Thank you so very much for being here, for opening your heart, for being willing to receive the truth about who you really are as a Lyrian Lightworker on a sacred and cosmic mission. May you live each day consciously connected with your twin flame. May you recognize the signs of light that constantly appear. May you choose love above all else. May you fulfill your healing mission with total power. And may you allow this cosmic blessing of Lyra to completely transform your life from this moment forward and forever. Leave a comment below saying how this video affected you. Share with other Lightworkers who might benefit from this sacred message, and subscribe to the channel to continue receiving cosmic transmissions that will elevate your consciousness and your mission.